Today's guest is Tena Cacic, who is a music teacher, writer, and scientist in love with vibrational communication. She helps people through their triggers of victim mentality and tune in with the vibrations of their desired reality. So, Tena, thank you very much for coming onto the podcast. How are you doing today?
Thank you very much for having me. I'm good today, and I'm very excited because of coaching session you will do with me.
Absolutely. I'm very excited for that as well. Especially you're actually the first guest that I've had that's from my background of origin on the podcast. So, it's always good to be number one. So I'm excited to dive into this with you. So why don't you just give us some context on your story and how you got to do what you're doing right now?
My things which I do now are a result of my personal experience. I experienced many dramatic and traumatic situations in a relationship with myself, with my family, with my husband, and with my children. I had experience of losing a baby from unexplainable reasons. I lost my 3 days old son, who unexplainably died in hospital after he was born. So I experienced a state of heaven, and in 3 days the state of deep hell. That was the extreme trauma I really wanted to release, to have to feel better after that trauma. But that was just an overture into the real stuff that happened. In 2013, I gave birth to my daughter. And by the way, I have a son who is healthy, and that daughter was born with uncurable genetic mutation, KCNQ2, that manifests with severe developmental delay and seizures, breath holding spells. And now she's 8 years old, and she's in a wheelchair. She's totally dependent upon caregivers, and that was a very very extreme situation, because in one moment I had a son who needed mom. I had this trauma of baby I lost, and my husband also was it's like he suffered from a kind of a post-traumatic stress disorder regarding some stuff he experienced in Africa. And so in one moment, the level of intensity, emotional intensity I experienced at the scale of 0 to 10 was 100. And I just wanted, just let me explain you this situation. It's like when it's one day is repeating and the pain is on, like 9 months. I was in extreme pain, and I really couldn't handle it anymore. So I just pray God, just please, I want to be hit by a car. I was driving back from hospital and wishing, please God, let something hit me to be poor mother, that drunk driver hit her. So that was the intensity. However, of course, in such situation, there is no cars in the roads. So, and the voice said to me, "Do your homework. You will stay alive. Do your homework." Oh, what my homework is. So then I started to search intensively for the solution for my terrible situation. And since I had a PhD in communication, it was a great tool, because I learned English. I'm from Balkan area, and listening English, reading and writing, particularly in scientific, research thematic, was challenging. However, because I had that tool, I know how to research, I know to discern informations, and I knew the English language. I discovered the world of telesummits. And I listened to this telesummits. It's energy healing telesummits. And I was fascinating how people who are guest speakers there can help people to release this emotional intensity in 10 minutes or less. And I said, oh, I want to know what they want, what they know. And I listened to telesummits. I educated myself. I experienced many and tested many healing modalities. And the path led me to compassion key. And with that healing modality, it's by leveraging the compassionate heart, your compassionate heart, and giving yourself compassion for what you experience in your life. And that gave me a big shift, and my life started to go upward. Of course, every thing I learned, healing modality, I learned it gave me a sense of peace. So after that, I learned also the spiritual acceleration, when I learned the reason why some people can't let go of loved ones, for the rest of their life. It's because they have to clear their energy from their field. Anyway, I learned also that stuff, and now it was in 2013, now it's 2022, and I'm so happy and grateful because it's 2022 and not 2013. So my life is now, I can breathe, I'm in peace, and I'm so happy to be here speaking with you. So happy, and I'm so grateful that I feel really good in my skin. And it's time to monetize my experience and to help more people to break free from drama in their lives, so they can also experience the level of peace. Yeah, and it's great.
What I just want to acknowledge you for first and foremost is, sharing your story, because it is a very, it's an intense story to listen to. So I can only imagine the intensity of actually living it. And then, to see you kind of end the story with, it's 2022 right now. I'm so happy to be doing the things that I'm doing. Life is good. I can actually find and feel happiness from where the story initially started to. Even just that by itself is such a big leap. So I commend you for it. And just want to thank you for sharing your story, because I know it's one that so many people can ultimately, maybe if they can't relate directly, they can certainly resonate with, in that, whatever you're going through right now, as bad as it seems to be, it's kind of like that saying goes, this too shall pass, that there will be something else on the other side. And you can, certainly add to this, but it seems like the overarching theme here is despite how bad it was and how intense it was, the learning that I got from being on the other side is something that is equally tremendous in the positive direction. So I'd love for you to add anything to that if you'd like.
Success is inevitable. You are at the right place, listening this podcast, and at the right time. And no matter how bad your life seemed to be in this moment, I guarantee you 100%, next year you will feel much better. And next year you will feel much better. And next year you will feel great. These things work. Feeling is healing. Working on your emotion, clearing all of that stuff, all of this victim consciousness, playing the victim, abuser, and savior roles in your life, playing drama, you can stop it. Become aware, I play that, okay, how can my life be better? Ask yourself, because all answers are within you and you are guided. Your higher self guides you. It guided me to conversation with you. So yeah, we are all connected and all is well.
Beautiful. Well, I'm happy to see what may emerge from, you know, your intuitive hit to be here today. So I'd love for us to then dive into, and I know you mentioned it already, something with regards to like monetizing and being visible. So I'd love for you to first just kind of break down what is your business right now and what are the challenges that you're finding with it?
Okay, my business is not profitable. I mean, I want to create a profitable business that helps people who are in a similar situation I am. However, I just decided last month that I want to turn it into business. And I know that I have blocks in regarding turning it into business. By the way, in 2019, I was a guest speaker in a healing telesummit, and I like 80 people bought my programs. However, I was not prepared for you know, for bringing this healing. It's like energy clearing stuff into business, because I didn't have mailing lists, I didn't have knowledge, I didn't know, do I want it? I just know that I have knowledge to release the emotional intensity from your field. And let's say you think about the person, situation, something, and you feel triggered, like from 0 to 10, the unpleasant intensity is 10, and after the session it is 0. So I just knew that, but regarding business, I didn't know anything. And they accepted me. So I went through a coaching programs, and I had to, you know, all of the business stuff, and it was too much. And after that, I was overwhelmed and say, okay, do you really want to work that? Do you want to really want? So I asked myself, I didn't want, I rejected the possibility that I don't want to. It's like inner fight. Is this my way? I don't want this to be my way. I'm happy now. I don't need money, because the financial situation became better and better. And by the way, this clearing work, the side effects is that the financial situation also becomes better and better. So from being broke, like living from one maternity leave, the money, we are now at a situation where we can travel. You know, we travel 2 years, coronic years, all around our country. You know, we can afford ourselves many things, and we just bought an apartment. But never mind, that was side effect. And the inner voice said me, you have to do that, you have to do that, you have to, it's your. And I felt very happy doing energy clearings and group session and individual session. And last month, I became clear that I want this to be my business, you know, successful business. And I have blocks, and, you know, this intention and my decision led me to you, so you can help me to detect my blocks and to clear it. I'm so excited to see.
Sounds good.
Detecting my blocks.
In that case, there's a few things that I would ask to clear up. So number one is, so you said, I want this to be my business, meaning doing energy clearings for groups or something else? Like, what do you mean when you say, I want this to be my business?
I want to do energy clearings for groups and individual session. I want to create my products. I want to start a Balkan telesummit for healers, because in Balkan area, we don't have that concept that helped me, you know, when I needed the help. So I want that. And also I want I want to work on university, to lecture, and I want to bring the new paradigm. There is a book that once comes to me, one song, Education and Business in the Integral Vibrational Paradigm. I love Ken Wilber's work in integral theory, and I feel all of that stuff want to come through me. And for the moment, I want to focus on one thing, and that is energy clearing business in English language and in Balkan languages.
Perfect. So the energy clearings for the groups and the individuals, right? Whether it's to English speaking individuals, or whether it's more like in the Balkan regions and like that area. So to just reflect back, like, it seems pretty clear to me what it is that you want, right? From the long-term vision of like the summits to selling programs, lecturing at university, the book, what I want to do with energy clearings, who do I want to do it to, where do I want to do it to? It seems pretty clear, okay? So I'm curious then, given that you have the clarity, why do you think it's not happening?
I will share with you what happened today. Every month I have a free group energy clearing programs, and I have a system through which I send the invitation email to people, so to inform them to come to these free sessions. And I send them reminder email, and my system showed that email were successfully sent and no one received my email. So today I was starting, it was 5 p.m. I should start, and usually there are people. And no one came. I said, okay, what's this? Okay, should I do it or not? So speaking to myself, well, it's not so fun. And the voice said to me, okay, just do it. Just don't think, just do it for yourself and for recording. And later people told me that no one, 3 or 4 persons appeared. And they said me, no one received reminder email. No one received the email. And I have Facebook group, and 3 or 4 people didn't see the notification in Facebook group. It's like, okay, I don't exist.
Yeah,
I'm totally invisible. Yeah, and I believe that's my issue. Probably more issues. However, outer circumstances are showing me where to look. No one received my mail, so I can blame the system. However, from drama game, I am aware that accidents like headache or a traffic jam, when you have an important presentation, is your creation or co-creation. Some patterns are running my field. So thank you for helping me.
I mean, you're welcome, even though I don't think I've really done anything yet, but I will take it. So I'm curious then, what is your connection, right? Like, what is your intuition telling you, the connection between the email glitch and the notification glitch and your block right now? Like, what do you think that is for you?
It's a visibility, not willing to be seen.
Okay. Has that shown up in other ways before?
I believe it's a kind of resistance. Like, I want, but I don't want.
So going back to that split energy of like, I want the business, but then I don't know if I want the responsibility of the business, but then we have enough money to do the things that we want to do. Do I really want to go and do this, but I feel called to do it? Like, is it
Got
kind of
it.
like
It's
related to that?
responsibility. You got it. It's responsibility. You know, oh yes. And that was the issue with my husband as well. I had a relationship where boyfriends used to left me, break up with me. It wasn't my fault. They break up with me. However, when I thought about having family, having kids, and getting married, oh no, thank you, no, please, no. So, and then I met my husband. And then the story showed, so weird stuff happened. Yeah.
So
It's like
what do you
chaining.
think, like, what is it about responsibility that either you resist or you fear or feels heavy?
Well, if I decide, I had to do it, so usually how I do my business, how I do everything in my life, if we have a deal, then deal is deal. It's not okay, I'm setting up this call and not showing up, no matter if no one shows up. It's responsibility toward yourself and toward other people. And in relationships, okay, it's responsibility toward your family, because if you have kids, you can't, oh, I don't want to have kids anymore, the kids are boring, I had it for 3 months, I'm done with kids.
Yeah.
It's not like that. And probably by experiencing all of that stuff, being locked, not being free, it's something probably with freedom. If I commit to people, to business, I will lose my freedom. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
your
So
presence is helping me to check that.
yeah, that's fine. So if we dive a bit deeper into that, right? I will lose my freedom if I have the responsibility of the business, if I fully commit, because when I commit, I show up 100%, right? So if I decide to show up for the business, then it also means I have to commit 100% responsibility to the business. And you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but just from your story, there's a lot of parts of your story where you were kind of thrown into responsibility, right? Like dealing with the trauma of like the death of your first child, right? Dealing with the responsibility of handling a PTSD partner, dealing with the responsibility of, having a child that needs constant care, right? There's so many instances where life put certain things in front of you that required your full responsibility, which, and again, you correct me if I'm wrong, but it kind of seems like, if you had a choice at that moment, not after the moment, but at that moment, like you would not have chosen it. It was like life put these responsibility onuses on you.
Exactly.
Now life is giving you the opportunity to choose responsibility, and your experience with it has been always, very hard, very tumultuous, very burdensome. So it's like, if I choose that route, it's going to be a lot, because every time I've had to deal with responsibility, it's been very permanent, very heavy, and didn't allow me the freedom that I thought I initially wanted. So how does that land for you?
You know how I feel in my chest and in my gut, something happening, something shifting. You're totally right. That's it. And you know what? You said it wonderfully. I could never see that this is the issue. You know how you detected my issue. Thank you. It is responsibility. Wow.
So what's coming up for you inside? Like,
what a great insight. When I'm yawning,
mm-hmm.
I'm releasing, you know, it's not that you're boring,
No,
the
I
more I'm
understand.
boring.
Yeah,
So yeah.
100%.
So you just gave me this awareness, and I feel it. I feel energy moving. I feel like pressure in my chest. Like
Is it like
yeah,
a
it's
releasing pressure, or it's like a pushing down pressure?
pushing down. There is some more. There is something more.
Okay. Are you open to exploring that further?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what's coming up for me, if you're feeling that pressure, right? The part that I would invite you to consider further is the choice, right? It's the choice to choose responsibility, whereas responsibility was thrust on you before. And this is the first time in your life where you have the choice to choose something that you are going to have to be responsible for. So what's coming up for you as I reflect that back?
I feel a release. And also, just let me tune into. There is some new layer rising.
So what is that layer trying to say?
Weird. I hear the voice. I don't know where it comes from. However, don't leave me. Okay, it's turning into don't you ever leave me. It is turning into, let me check. It's turning it into a villain. How you dare that you leave me, that you never ever dare to leave me. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's like I cannot connect it with this lifetime.
That's totally fair. So if you connect back with that voice, and if you need to close your eyes or like whatever your process is, I'm totally fine with it. If you connect back with that voice, who does that voice think you are to leave? Like, who are you in relation to that voice?
Oh, yeah, I got it. Just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Just a second. Ah, I know. When my baby died, and I said I would never ever allow not even one baby to die. You know, my babies. So this business will be my baby, you know, my project. I will never allow it to die. You know, I will do everything, anything what it takes. And
Yeah.
this anything what it takes, it's so exhausting.
Yeah, because you can make the argument that you're trying to birth a business, right? You're trying to birth the baby of this business. It's trying to merge through you. But the underlying responsibility is, I'm never going to let you die, which in a business sense means this cannot fail, right? I have so much responsibility that this has to absolutely be a success, because I'm not going to let another birthing of mine fail or metaphorically die.
Yeah. So what can we do about it?
Well, I think first thing is check in with yourself. Like, how does all of that land? How are you feeling right now?
I feel that I'm ready to let go
Of what?
of expectations, of fear, expectation that it will die, so I have to fight in order to prevent this to die. Okay, expectations and fix. It should be. I have to let go this fight energy. This fight. I will do fight. Pushing and fight. I will fight for you. I will. Okay, actually, you don't have to fight for anything. Yeah.
Absolutely. And again, just to reflect back to you, right? And feel free to continue to release whatever needs releasing. That's fine with me. This, very masculine, protective fight energy, right? It is the same energy that, and again, correct me if I'm wrong with any of this, but like, it sounds to me like that's the energy that got locked as part
Yeah.
of dealing with the trauma of losing your first child, right? Like, it's so traumatic. Like, I do not want to surrender to this. I want to fight and ensure that nobody ever, myself included, ever feels this pain if it does happen to come through, right? So it doesn't matter what you're trying to birth. That's the energy of your creation, right? Because you are afraid that anything you create is going to lead to that outcome. What I'm hearing is, as far as the business is concerned, right? Because you said it during the podcast, financially I'm okay. The clearings that I've done have allowed abundance to come in and I live comfortably. But in the back of my head, there's always like, do this energy healing, do this, do this, do this. So it's almost like this part of you wants to emerge, but much like, you have a plant that emerges from the ground, you don't fight for it to grow, you nurture for it to grow, right? It's a different energy, because you don't need the business, it sounds. You want the business, it wants to emerge to and through you. It requires a different essence to do that, a more nurturing
Yeah.
essence. It requires a more, not say delicate in the sense that you like, it's not strong, it is, but just a more nurturing, feminine, kind of caring, loving energy, where it's not about the responsibility of keeping it alive, it's about the creation of making it happen, right? It's like, I have a responsibility to do a beautiful painting, or I have the creation to make the painting that I want to make, right? You might have the same outcome, but it's completely different path on
Yeah,
how you
it's,
get there,
yeah,
right?
totally. Yeah, totally
So
right.
how does all of
Yeah.
that land for you?
Yes. That's it. And one more thing, this that's the energy issue, and why I resist. There is two parts that fight. One, the wants, a part of me that wants to, share my gift with other people, to be visible and to create business and accept payment for that and everything. And there is other, I will protect you. It's no, you don't need to have, you don't need to, it's like protective energy. You don't need to risk to your baby to die. You don't need to risk. It's like protecting this protective masculine energy is out of balance. So
Yeah.
I want to balance.
Yeah. And what I would add to that is just, maybe what's trying to emerge from you is not that fragile and delicate. Like, maybe it's quite strong. And I would argue that it is, because it is the thing that got you through all of the trauma that you've gone through, right? Like, something that helps you navigate everything that you've gone through is by definition extremely strong, extremely versatile, So you don't, it does not need your responsibility of protection. It needs your nurturance of emergence.
It
So
means, yeah, it needs to just open myself to receive
correct, to
whatever.
receive and to
Yeah,
express.
yeah, to
Right.
excrete, to just go through me. Okay, so what can we do about it?
Well, I think the first step is to recognize it, right? As far as like the steps for it to
Mm.
emerge and what that looks like, and the further clearings and shifts you're going to make to do that. I think that's beyond the scope of like, just what we do here on the podcast. And certainly I can help you with that outside of this, but as far as like the awareness piece of what is trying to emerge and what the block was and where the blind spots were, at least from my perspective, I think we've kind of gone there. But in terms of for you, like, does that feel complete, or is there still something left outstanding?
I just to let go of that.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. It's because to do a clearing with myself.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Oh.
that's fine. I cough usually when that happens. I know some people yawn, so totally fine.
Maybe to give a few compassion phrases for myself.
Absolutely. It's well
Yeah,
deserved. So
yeah.
take a moment to do that.
Okay. I'm so sorry you can't let go of that. Okay, whatever it is. I'm so sorry you vowed you will never allow your baby to die. I'm so sorry you vowed you will never allow your creation to fail. I'm so sorry you don't let go of all your vows now. Mhm. So I'm clearing myself, and it can be helpful to others as well. So thank you for allowing me to clear this process. Okay, to finish my process with myself, like clear. So all these agreements from different spaces, time dimensions, realities, where I vowed I will never ever allow, no matter what, to no matter if it kills me, if this fight kills me, I will fight until I die. All this masculine fighting energy through all lifetime space, light, clear light. Yeah, it's a lot of in power center. Okay. So let me ask myself, what would it take for me to balance feminine and masculine energy, to allow feminine side to guide me, to lead me, to nurture me? I'm so sorry you don't allow your feminine side to nurture you. I'm so sorry. You're stuck. Your feminine side is stuck. Okay, what can we do now? Okay, this unstuck, this stuck, this energy of stuck, this pure energy of stuck is not personal. This pure energy of stuck is not personal. This pure energy of stuck is not personal. I'm willing to experience it. Sometimes I burp, all the ways I released this energy. So, okay, balancing left and right. Okay. And subconscious clearing, subconscious balancing, and this nurturing, loving female energy from Mother Earth, let it come to my and nurture me. Okay, cool. Wow. Feel better.
Very nicely done. That was thank you for sharing that, because it was beautiful to watch as well. Especially your proficiency at doing the work on yourself, right? Which oftentimes isn't the easiest of things to do, right? But just to have this container and for it to be recorded and for other people to be able to witness it, I think is very powerful. So thank you for sharing that, because yeah, it's a beautiful moment. So thank you.
Thanks.
You're very welcome. Okay, so then just to I guess move this along, like, does this feel complete for you as far as this container, or is there still something left outstanding?
I want to set intention for my business and your business and all people who listen this. Let's support each other. So thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And
You're
thank
very
you
welcome.
For being a part of my creation. So
Love it. You're very welcome. I'm very honored to be able to do that. And I'm excited to see what ends up emerging to and from you as a result of this.
Thank you. Okay, so my intention is to create successful business who brings me a lot of love, joy, beautiful connections with nurturing people. Okay, I want to have fun. I want to have lots of fun doing energy clearings, doing projects I do. So I want to enjoy. And I want everyone who listen this enjoy in every second in life, every second in life that is full of peace, full of joy, and that money comes to us with ease, with joy, in abundance. Okay, pulling the energy through the whole universe, through all people, feeling the intention, feeling intention with energy, a lot of fun, a lot of new experiences, a lot of joy, happiness, peace, better than we could ever imagine, and a lot of money, better and more than we could ever imagine. Okay, so now we are grounding this 1, 2, 3, and everything. This prevents this to fulfill clear.
Well, thank you very much. That's another first for the show. I don't think anybody's ever set an intention and then done the clearing for, like, you know, yourself, me, and everybody listening. So thank you very much for that as well. I
thank you for this joy and for fun. It's so fun working with you, you know, so joyful. Your energy is awesome, and your insights you have, you know, you can tune with the feel and bring from people some new perspective, from people and for people, new perspective. So your presence is a gift. You don't have to talk, you don't have to speak anything. You just, when you're present, when we connected, you're present, and the energy starts moving. I felt a shift. So I see, you know, I see miracles.
Beautiful. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And yeah, that perspectives is definitely one thing that I do. So I agree with you on that one. So, okay, just to then close us off, why don't you let everybody know where they can find you, who's the best person to find you, like, floor is yours for all of that.
Okay. You can find me on tenacacic.com. It's my website. And you can find me on Facebook, Tena Cacic. And you can send me a message. You can, you know, come to my website and you can subscribe to 20 lessons, you know, break free from drama in your life in 20 lessons, when you learn about the victim game, the roles we play in the victim game, and these patterns how emerge. And also we have month free clearings, group clearings, and the group clearings are great because we learn about the topic. Today's topic was let's clear the expectations, the byproduct of ego. So we have 15 minutes learning, and then we have a group energy clearing session. It looks like what I did it with myself. And by the way, it's you will also receive healing from this call as well. And after that, we have 30 minutes of one-on-one energy clearing session where you can raise your hand, say in a few words what is the highest intensity around some topic, scale it, okay, relationship with my whatever, okay, what is the level of intensity? For instance, 0 to 10, 0, no intensity at all, and 10 is the highest intensity. And then we start the process, and at the end, it's like 5 to 10 minutes. It's the level of intensity will drop to 0. And in my website, you can book a free 5-minute energy trigger release sessions. We can do in 5 minutes a lot, and your life can change. So I suggest that you find me on tenacacic.com.
Beautiful. Well, we'll include all of that in the show notes. And Tena, thank you very much for coming on for the episode. It was great to have you on.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And for everybody else listening, we'll see you on the next one.